Hey folks, welcome back to another video. So you've got the Oculus Quest 2 and are wondering whether you should buy the official Elite Headstrap with battery now that it's on sale again, or if you should get the Deluxe Audio Headstrap from HTC, but you're not sure which one is the best. Well, have no fear, WaqMan is here. Today we are going to go through both the Elite Headstrap with battery and Deluxe Audio Strap to see which one is the best and which one you should get. So if you enjoyed the video and find it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, as it lets me know to make more of this type of content. Talking about the best, remember I have a giveaway for a secret Oculus Quest 2 game. So if you want to enter, it's really simple. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, put notifications on, and comment #secret quest 2 game down below. Well, let's get straight into the video. Now, the first thing I want to mention is obviously Oculus had stopped the sale of the Elite Headstrap until they investigated why they kept snapping, and have now provided a 2-year warranty, which is actually really tempting. So I'm not going to consider the potential snapping of the headset as a con, because mine hasn't snapped, and if it did, Oculus would cover it, for the first 2 years at least. Alright, so first let's start off with the price. Starting with the Elite Headstrap. There are two variants, one without the integrated battery costing around $50 and the other with an integrated battery and a carry case costing around $120. For the Deluxe Audio Strap, the cost is $100 plus the cost of the adapters, which is around $15, so $115 total. Meaning it's generally the same price as the Elite Headstrap with the battery. So the question is, which is better? Now this does depend on what you want. I'm going to tell you about my experience, as they both have pros and cons. The pro of the Elite Headstrap with battery is that it actually looks the part and looks like something that should have been included with the Quest 2. Plus there is added weight at the back, giving a better counterbalance. Also, the extended battery itself will give you around an hour and a half to 2 hours extra battery life, meaning literally doubling the Quest 2's battery life. Now, one of the main reasons to get an additional head strap is to improve comfort, and to be honest, this does improve it a reasonable amount. However, I still think a Halo head strap similar to the PSVR or the Rift S is still more comfortable. But for our purposes, it is comfortable enough to wear for hours, even though it does add more weight. Another positive is that you can charge both the headset and the head strap at the same time, since they have provided a port at the back of the headset. Next, the cons of the Elite Headstrap. A big con for me is that you cannot use the link cable while using the battery, since there is no pass-through. Although that is kind of mitigated because the link cable that's connected to your PC will end up draining the battery at a much slower rate because it's trying to charge at the same time. However, your Quest 2 will eventually run out of battery. The next issue is, if you leave the battery cable of the headstrap plugged in, the battery will continue being drained, as the Quest 2 drains the battery from the Elite Headstrap even if the Quest is not on. The only solution is to remember to take out the cable when you're finished with your play session. Now, this next one isn't a con per se of the headset, it's more of an omission, which is a lack of any audio solution included in the headset. They're charging $120, they could have at least given us integrated headphones. Even something like the Bionic Mantis would have worked, but sadly you have to purchase earphones or headphones separately. Now, this last one is a bigger con for me because it can be subjective, which is the size and the width of the back of the head strap. Because it's so thick, you can't rest your head back on a chair or in bed while watching a movie. For me, this really does become a deal breaker, since there are alternatives where you can. Going off from there, there's another thing that I wouldn't say is actually a con, but it does make me worry, which is the knob at the back. I'm glad it's there for easy adjustment, but I can't bank on its reliability. It just feels like it's going to give out sooner rather than later. But it hasn't so far, so take that with a pinch of salt. It seems like you're more likely to snap it than have that issue right now. But either way, if anything breaks, you will have 2 years warranty. Now I want to mention the case that is provided with the head strap. To be honest, the case itself feels okay. The headset itself seems secure when inside, but the zip is really underwhelming. I'm honestly just waiting for it to break and then me getting frustrated because of how it was designed, meaning I wouldn't be able to use the case once something happens to the zip. I get trying to have the zip blend into the case, but did it really have to be that flimsy? I don't actually think the case is worth the price. I'd rather the Elite Strap with battery be around $80 and not come with the case. Now let's talk about the Deluxe Audio Strap for the Quest 2, which seems to be more commonly known as the Franken-Quest. Although I'm not really a big fan of that term, as it makes it sound like a cowboy job, just rubbishly put together, when it's not actually the case. For this test, let's mix it up and start with the cons first, as I'd like to end on a positive. So, the first con is the price. As I've mentioned, it's $115, which is really steep if you think about it, just for a comfort mod with no additional battery. But this is relative, and we will come back to if it's worth the price or not. Next is the look of it. The Quest 2 is white, so it looks a little off trying to match the black of the dash to the Quest 2. But the look is for other people. You will be wearing the headset, so you won't even notice. Another small con is that it's hard to find a carry case to use with the Deluxe Audio Strap for the Quest 2, but this is if you take it out of your house a lot. Now, the biggest con of the headset for me is the integration and trying to put it on the Quest 2. I personally found it a little bit of a pain in the posterior. Now, installing the Elite Headstrap on or trying to take it off is seamless and extremely easy to do. The DAS adapters, on the other hand, all seem to be made 1mm too small, so it becomes a very tight fit. So much so, I get scared of damaging the headset. Now, I'm just telling you my experience, as I tried 2 separate adapters with the same results. If you know of adapters that you can install without it being a tight fit, then ignore this. But for me, this is what I faced, and I was scared to break either my expensive Quest or my expensive Deluxe Audio Strap. So let's move on to the pros. The first pro is the comfort. I think it's just above the comfort of the Elite Headstrap. I would say if the Elite Headstrap was an 85, this would be a 90 out of 100. So not a massive difference, but noticeable. The next pro is that unlike the Elite Headstrap, the back of the DAS is not thick, meaning you can rest your head on the back of the chair or lay down in bed. Again, like I've mentioned before, this for me is a big thing for comfort, and this pushes it way past the Elite Headstrap for this alone. I usually like playing games sitting down in my chair and resting my head back, and the DAS allows me to. Whereas with the Elite Headstrap, I couldn't. But the biggest pro of this headset is the audio on-ear headphones. Oh my god, these are amazing. I rarely get impressed, but the reason these impress me so much is because even on full volume, it will be blasting in your ear. However, the person sitting next to you won't even hear it, or barely hear some humming sound when it's a really loud scene. My wife was watching a movie and I had to ask her whether it was on, because I couldn't even hear it, sitting only 2 feet away from her. Plus, the audio itself is fantastic. Now, they aren't off-the-ear headphones, which would have been better, but these are the next best thing. However, what this does, it honestly makes you feel like you've transported into whatever you're watching or playing. If you care about immersion at all, considering you're in VR, I would expect you would, then this would put your immersion level from 60 to 90 or higher. I'm just making up these numbers, but it is a massive difference. So, if you could only get one, which one should you get? Well, I would suggest you do only get one, as it's not easy to switch between the two like I've mentioned. Which one to get depends on what is important for you. Do you want to have a slightly longer play sessions without having to connect a power bank? Then the Elite Headstrap with battery is your only option. But my recommendation is for the Deluxe Audio Strap. I'm happy to sacrifice the extra battery life for the comfort and an amazing audio experience. You don't understand it until you try it. It completely changes everything. If you go back to the normal Quest audio, you realize how much you miss it and that you've lost a lot of immersion without it. Plus, I would honestly just use a power bank if I really wanted that long of a play session. However, I don't get that much time to play over 2 hours, nor could I stand for over 2 hours playing a game. Plus, you should really take rest in between. But if I'm sitting in my chair and playing for a while, I can easily have a battery pack connected and have it on my chair and I wouldn't even notice it. So for me, the battery life increase is not that important. But like I mentioned in the beginning, it could be a little bit of a setup process trying to install the damn adapters for the DAS. But after you've done it once, then you don't need to worry about it again. I've also used further comfort pads for the DAS which just increased the comfort level, and these were around $15 but well worth it. I've put the links to everything in the description below if you want to check it out, however these aren't necessary. So, which one are you going to go for? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's all folks. I hope you found the video helpful and it has helped you decide which one to get. If so, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions in regards to these two, then let me know in the comments and I will try and answer if I can. Also remember to enter my secret Quest 2 game giveaway as well. Well, thanks for watching, have a great day, stay safe and see you next time.